I don't want to just because I guess I'm shy about it. I think I
You
never
shy about it?
I never record anything online, anything like that, or never speak on a microphone before. I'm just pretty much a regular dude that just do my own thing.
That is gonna get on my nerve right there. I'm gonna have to turn that off. But anyways, um, me and my friend from stay where you from. You don't want to be. He don't want to be seen on camera right now.
Armenia, Armenia,
Where is it?
Armenia.
Armenia. He's from Armenia. So me and him. You know what? I'm gonna turn this off. But anyway, it is what's today? Wednesday, July 27th at 8:03 p.m. And I'm on my little vacay. I'm drinking my little tequila. He's drinking his tequila, and he is from Armenia. Right? I got it right.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Armenia. So I had some points that I was pointing out on. Everybody know how I am on my channel about free will, free spirit, free, free, free. Um, you know how everybody run when you say free, but nothing in this world is free. And so I was discussing with him earlier about they say this is the home of the free, but in all reality, it's not the home of the free. So my opinion, what I was giving to him was we was talking about basically a hybrid type of world, basically, in the hybrid type of world. What I'm saying that just like people give, like people go to school, they go to college, they have to pay for college, they have to pay for medical bills and everything. So if you say that America is free, we shouldn't have to pay for medical bills. It should be free, or either I came up with a solution, an independent solution for everybody. For the people, you know how they have Democrats and they have what's the other people? Because
Republicans,
Republicans
independents.
and independents. So the independents, basically. So this is an independent um, view that just like they do in churches, and we all know that these churches be gorgeous as hell, and they be spending money with these churches to 20%, and they take 20% out their income. I was saying that in each state, each town, whether it's the mayor or and the mayor in them towns should be taking potlucks. And what I mean by potlucks, first of all, you got to have a higher enough paying job. Everyone should be able, because we already know everything is high. Gas prices, housing, everything is high price. So, first of all, working with the minimum wage, I think minimum wage should be at least $20 an hour, no matter what job it is. That way, you have enough to pay your bills, um, and all that. And then every mayor in that town or in that state, it don't matter how small the town is, should be taking. I say it's like a potluck, basically. Whereas though it's almost like church. Everybody is giving 20% of their income every week. So that way, if it's anybody in the need in that town, it should be they'll be able to pay their medical bills. Um, if their electric get turned off, they're able to turn their electric back on. They don't have enough to pay their bills. It should be a potluck for that time. So basically, everybody's independent, taking care of one another, and like they said before, like it take a village to raise a child, and that's how you know. I don't know if I should say it or not. We can keep the government out of our business, and also we already know that the pharmaceuticals, that is $1 trillion industry. Um, and people was and I mentioned this before on my channel also, that you work until you like 75 years old. They know you that you're gonna have health issues by then. Nobody is able to like really enjoy their their life with their family, take vacays, all that, and you're never really able to enjoy your retirement, because I met a lot of retired people say they have to go back to work. So and that gives them a benefit too if they want to be able to be independent and be able to take a vacay when they want to, far as health reasons or whatever. They know that they secure. Everybody is secure. Your kids are secure. Um, of course, put towards farms and stuff, making people have their own gardens and stuff like that. That create gardens for each house too, because that 20% can go to all that too. The third thing was about like I said, the pharmaceuticals. We should be able to go back to herbal medicine where it's a lot cheaper, and that we already know that there is cures for things with herbal medicine, but you know because a lot of these meds right now have bad side effects. It even aspirins mess with your kidneys, mess with your liver. So this is how we could be independent, taking care of each other. But as he said, I'm gonna let him finish what he said about the selfish people. What did you say? Now this is his opinion. We
It is kind of, it's a good dream and it's kind of utopian thinking, which I like utopian thinking, but they have never worked because uh, for that to work, everybody have to be in the same page. They have to have this the same mindset. That is kind of a socialism where everybody is working towards the same goal, not expecting anything in return, but just working hard, not looking that, oh, I'm working more than somebody else, or looking or judging, oh, this person is not doing as much as I do. It has to be kind of a love, not being selfish, being committed to something. It's just pretty much based in love. So whatever that community accomplishes is just like having a bunch of people working together like one body, one mind to work the same goal. So everybody has to be in the boat, the same page. If not, the boat is going to sink if they're not doing the same. So it's kind of putting 100 people to have the same mindset is kind of challenging. So, but I like it. I like the concept. I'm into it. The problem is finding somebody who is gonna love me 100% as it is supposed to be. Like I love you 100% and you love me 100% in return. It doesn't happen like that. But that's the thinking.
exactly. And we know we have a lot of religious folks, and they come out with the love thy neighbor. So
Right.
that's basically where you're getting at is love thy neighbor, and when that's what I'm getting out of, far as like I said, either helping your neighbor plant a garden. Everybody, you never know what's going to happen. So with the food shortages and stuff like that, so everybody needs a garden. Um, Maybe that person next door, like I said, they work so hard they're not able to plant a garden. But like I said, if we had that potluck in the town, each if you get certain people together, that he said give 100% love. You're able to plant that garden for them. Like I said, it takes a village to care for one another. You might have a elderly person next door. The government might shut down. They don't have no food. So what are they supposed to do? Even if they able just to eat vegetables because they have vegetables grown in their backyard, they have something to eat. And this is why I told people before, like people need to stop stocking up on woks, barrels and stuff because you can't cook on barrels. If you have a grill, you still can work with that. Start buying woks, the 40 pounds of bags of rice and things like that. So that way, like I said before, save your neighbor. He has kids. Start or babies. You can start stocking up on cream of wheat. Start making your own baby food and stuff like that. Because remember, we had a storage of baby food. If you know how to make your own baby food, I mean, you can get fruit, you can get a juicer, you can do that. Matt, you got to start learning how to make your own baby food, things like that. So these are the times that we're living in now, and that's my opinion about um, having a hybrid connections and stuff like that, and trying to be independent. Because so far we can see that we've been voting for Democrats and Republicans. and we have not been getting anywhere with them. It's like we're doing more suffering than gaining. So that's his opinion. That's my opinion. He agreeing with me that we can become an independent city, town, state, country if the neighborhood, the villages work together. I say villages work together and become one accord.
So uh, that idea will work much easier in places like China, like Vietnam, like Russia, like communist societies where they already have a background. They're expecting that the government will do something for them, like as a whole. But in America, everybody's very independent, everybody's on their own. So it means that, for example, if I see my neighbor and I water the garden for my neighbor, I'm expecting to get paid for it. But if you go to rural China, everybody is doing something for their neighbor without expecting getting anything in return. It's in your DNA. You're supposed to do it, not being asked. You do it just, it's a DNA. So American lacks that. However, there are people in America who has this thinking about utopian societies, and it can be doable as long as you find, let's say, 100 friends, and they write like a constitution, they like a plan, they like a city plan, they write something. This is what we want to do. This is our society that we want to have. This is how we want to raise our children. We don't want to have a police in this town. We don't have to have this. So in that sense, you go and buy a certain parcel of land in anywhere you want, and then you write your own ordinances, and then you can get your own town, your own name, and it can be recognized as long as you comply with certain prerequisites like population, like you want to have firefighters, schooling, sewer, water, electricity, and it's doable as long as everybody is in the same page. It's doable. The problem and the paradox is finding 100, 200, 300, 500 people that they share the same common interest, and that they're gonna write like the Constitution. When the American comes to America, they write the American, the independence, whatever paper.
We the people.
Yeah, well, they wrote the independence paper to get away from Great Britain. All of them agreeing to something, they sign it, and that's the constitution that we follow today in America.
Right.
So we can have our own constitution in our little town, and the federal government cannot come and say this, or the state cannot come and say this, because this town is an entity by itself, and it can be recognized and respected. Because, for example, if you live in a subdivision and you buy like a $500,000 house by the lake, and they have a homeowners association, you gotta pay dues every month, and then you have to sign that you're gonna comply whatever they want. So you cannot do whatever you want in that subdivision. If you do something in there, they're gonna kick you out. They're gonna fine you. They're gonna make your life miserable. So you're submitted to something. But in this case, with this little community by itself, you can do your own thing, and nobody can come and tell, hey, you cannot do this, hey, you cannot do that. So I am a big pro uh, education in your own house, your own children, because when you send your children to these community schools, public schools, they're gonna tell your children that it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be this, it's okay to use drugs, it's okay to be all of that nonsense. So, for example, if I'm a religious person, and if you're liberal and you want to have your own community, I'm not gonna join your community because my point of view is way different than yours. So you have to have your own. It says on something that it says some birds flock together, like Spanish
Birds of a
people.
feather flock together.
So Spanish people with Spanish people, Afro Americans, Native Americans, whites, this and that. I'm not being racist, but that's how nature works
Right.
from the beginning of history. So it's just the thing is you have to have people committed to do something for a community. Okay, let's do this together. So, for example, I know that I love the image. Amish people, like in
I was
America.
just about to mention that because they don't use no electricity. They don't. They, it's the same thing. It's basically what I'm talking about.
There are
They raise
communities
right,
that they build a house for the brethren. For example, if my house burned down, all of the neighbors come together and help me rebuild my house. If I don't have a house, they come and give me a plot of land and they're gonna help me build my house. But if they're gonna do that, I'm supposed to give back to the community. That's how it's supposed to be. So you have to be born again, like leave your old man behind. If, for example, if you want to build a community, but there's gonna be free of drugs, free of alcohol, free of prostitution, free of people who smoke. They're just people, for example, people who love nature. I'm into
hmm
woods. I'm a tree hugger. I don't believe in nothing putting my system something that is gonna damage my system. So if I find people who think like me, I'm gonna build my own community. Well, it's like paradise.
right,
So it's like being in this world, but being a part of the world
right,
and having a different mentality and just living one day at a time and enjoying life. That's life is so short that if you don't enjoy your life, you're gonna see your years pass by and then you live miserable all your life. That's what I think.
basically. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Like I talked to y'all before on my channel about um, being free.
Right.
That's basically what it is. We should be able to be free
Yes, yes.
and without control. Now, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be no. It's always, even in the spiritual realm, there's order.
For example, let me jump into something
hmm
that just came to my mind. We know for a fact that the police, the, for example, the police in America is way different than the police in Canada or the police in Great Britain or the police in France. America is like about the cowboy society. I should I ask questions later. So I'm big into Native American communities. They have their own land, they have their own laws, and they are tried and judged by their own people. So pretty much Native Americans have their own police, which is the elders, they are the judges. They don't let the city or the county or the state or the federal government get into their business. They deal with their own business. Now, if one of those members from those communities come outside of their community and commit a crime outside of that community, now that person will be tried with the federal or state or city laws wherever the crime was committed. But if this crime was committed inside of that community, no law can touch that person. So we complain about that the police is too violent. Yes, the police is too violent because the police DNA is to be violent and to shoot and to whatever. I don't like to call the police. I never call the police. I deal with my own problems. So if I bring problems to my life, I face my own problems. I'm not gonna call the cops because I brought a girl to my life and then this girl is making my life miserable. I have to deal with that myself. I'm not gonna call the cops.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I call the cops and they're gonna get arrested my ass. So I believe in those utopian societies that they can work if everybody's in the same page. Now you can sign like a marriage license. Okay, I signed here that I marry you for life, blah 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 blah, and then 2 days later I want to file a divorce. Same thing in this community. You can find 1,000 people, all of them sign, and if somebody of this want to leave because they got tired or because they're not committed or because they don't have the same thinking, because people change their minds all the time, they're free to leave. They cannot take anything. They cannot sell anything because whatever they sign is given back to the community. Like homeowners association, they have a part that you pay your fees, and those fees go to the money, and then the money is distributed to do lawn care, to fix the pool, to do this, lining, blah blah blah. Same thing in a community. So it's kind of a co-op, co-op,
Right.
cooperative, something like that.
So basically what I was saying is like being independent. Like
Right, being free, yes.
of course they're gonna have their own laws down here. And when I say down here, I mean in the physical realm. But we also know that there's spiritual realms, laws too that you must follow. I'm not that don't mean that you're free to do what I'm. When I say free, it don't mean you're free, but you still got to follow the spiritual laws,
Mm.
basically. And just like he was saying, like the elders, that's one thing I agree with. The elders help people.
Absolut
Uh,
tamam.
okay. The elders held people responsible who committed crimes within their community. And this is what I'm saying about being independent. And this is what I'm saying about y'all people always voting for somebody in the house and then you're not happy with them. And then you start making all these complaints and this and that. They're not doing this for us. They're not doing that for us. And this is why that I'm saying that people should be independent, be able to be a free thinker, a free speaker, because that's in the Constitution anyway. We the people being independent, being a free thinker, being free. We should be able to walk in nature whenever we choose to, because this is what the Creator made for us as humans. To be able to enjoy life. We didn't come here to. This is what makes all these health problems, the stress of work, the stress of kids. Not saying that they're stressful, they're gifts, but then you got to come home and deal with your husband or your wives or relationships or um, road rage, this the traffic and the gas prices and it's just so much you got to come home and think about at the end of the night. Now I came across probably about 10 people so far that said they can't even sleep at night. They don't even know what's going on. And I just say is worry is stress because you don't know what tomorrow going to bring since we've been going through all this since the pandemic since this and that it's always something chaotic and they always say order out of chaos and this is what's going to bring order chaos. It says this on our dollar bills, order out of chaos. So is this is what they're trying to do, basically cause chaos so that way they could bring order. But the only order should be that we should be able to be free and live our lives and be able to enjoy our families and live a long life. Now, back in the day, they used to live a long time. Our parents used to live a long time. Now it's like the kids is leaving before the parents because it's just like so much going on with stress and this and that. You got a lot of people committing suicide and this and that because they can't handle the stress. They don't have no one to talk to because you have a lot of humans that got their own issues and their own problems, so they don't think they need to worry about other people's problems. So this is a lot that's going on right now. So that I just wanted to, get that out the way and get my and y'all can comment, like, share, subscribe to this. So basically, we just me and him is just on the same page. Basically, we just wanted to be free. We want to be an independent. This is how we can. I don't know what y'all have to do in your city council meetings or something. If there's something, talk to the mayors or the senators or something. Get a meeting going about it or something. They got to go straight up to the. It got to go up. It got to go to the president because the senators and the mayors deal with the president. You know, but they trying to do their own order. But some people just want to be independent. Some people just want to live off the grid now. Like some people, I done met some people that just talk about I don't care if I got to live off my car, just not to be stressful no more. That's a shame that people have to start feeling that way. It's a lot of people I came across. I want to live in a car and just not pay their bills no more. I don't want to do. I just want to be free. I just want to go into nature. I just want to be able to live. I'm tired of stressing, and this is everybody's going through it. Everybody's stressing. So y'all just give me your opinions. Comment down below. And what you think about that just being, like I said, like the mayors in each town, state, whatever, we just do just like they do the churches, have a potluck and give 20% to that city or that town, everybody that's working. So we all independent, we all helping each other. It's not just like we just looking for, I don't really want to get into details, but We asking the president, the government for help all the time. We should be independent. We should be able to be doing this ourselves. It takes a village. Now I guess it's to raise adults, I guess. And everybody should start being so careless and selfish and just start thinking about your neighbors. This is what I'm saying about you got so many religious people and they say they practice the laws of I practice the laws of Mayat, but y'all practice the law of, religion, the laws, the 10 Commandments. So therefore, love thy neighbor. But I don't see anybody doing it right now at all. So you can just give me your opinions down below. Like, subscribe, share to my channel, whatever, and we might come back again and do another session. Who knows? It might be a different subject, but that's what we're aiming for right there. And I love you. This is Spirited Warrior Goddess. Y'all have a good evening. Bye bye.